What it do is Shobeezy, the Shoboat, and the winning team of Chiraq rappers are now starting to look like the losing team, with the passing of King Von back in 2020. Then in January of this year, 6 members from King Von's O-Block crew were convicted in the passing of FBG Duck. And then recently, just weeks ago in October, FBG Duck's mother filed a civil lawsuit against Lil Durk, King Von's estate, Dolce & Gabbana, and others for their alleged involvement in her son's passing. And look, maybe the pioneer Chief Keef is the biggest winner in all of this because he's managed to stay out of the BS. He's always had baby mama drama, but nothing comparable to this kind of BS, you feel me? Now, to give context to the topic at hand, NBA Youngboy and Quando Rondo were beefing with King Von. Quando was from Savannah, Georgia, but he signed to Youngboy's NBA record label that's based out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So when King Von saw Quando Rondo that night in 2020 at a club in Atlanta, he attacked him, giving him a beatdown that spilled out into the parking lot. Quando's right-hand man, Lil Tim, steps in, protected him, and pops Von with a burner, causing Von to pass away. The charges against Lil Tim were eventually thrown out, saying that he acted in self-defense. That's the oversimplified version of the story. So fast forward to now, 5 people in Chicago that all have ties to Lil Durk's Only the Family crew, or OTF, which is also the record label that King Von was on, have all been hit with federal charges in California, alleging that they were hired to murk out Quando Rondo back in August of 2022 in Los Angeles due to his involvement in the passing of his rival King Von. The indictment alleges that after King Von passed, an unnamed co-conspirator who is part of OTF offered money and lucrative music opportunities to anyone who would take out Quando Rondo. Prosecutors say that Quando was in a black Escalade with his sister and his cousin Lul Pab, and that he was actually the intended target, but he was not hit. Instead, his cousin Lul Pab was hit multiple times and passed away. So charged in this indictment, which was unsealed on Thursday in the U.S. District Court in Los Angeles, are Kevon London Grant, aka OTF Vonni, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, aka OTF DeDe or Desski, Keith Jones, aka Flocka, David Brian Lindsay, aka Brown Eyes, and Asa Houston, aka OTF Boogie. The charges include conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire involving a death, and use of a machine gun in a violent crime resulting in death. The most serious charges carry up to a death penalty if convicted. And we can assume that the unnamed co-conspirator is Lil Durk, since he's now been arrested by U.S. Marshals in Broward County, Florida, and charged with murder for hire. Now, the crazy part of this is that they're saying that the alleged OTF gang members used a credit card that was associated with the OTF record label, which is insane, to book tickets to travel from Chicago to California in order to hunt down Quando Rondo after they found out where he was. The feds also claim that OTF Vonni flew himself on a private jet from Miami to California to oversee the operation and secured the hotel rooms and other necessary tools used to carry out the hit, like ski masks, firearms, and also rented a BMW and an Infiniti with fake license plates that they allegedly used in the hit. Now, these are some very specific details that the feds were able to get. So other than the obvious that left a digital paper trail, the big question is, how did they get it? Well, apparently, Lil Durk has some snitches and cooperators in his OTF crew, like OTF Jam, who had previously served a 12-year bid. He allegedly wore a wire for multiple years around OTF. And in a now deleted Instagram post, OTF Twin exposed 2 other rats in their camp. And you got to be careful with this because if they are actual witnesses for the government, this can be considered witness tampering for him exposing the rats in the camp. Now, with all this going on, you still have to remember that there was a victim. That victim was Lil Pab. and his Instagram account has been posting in remembrance of him since this news came out of the arrest of the five and Lil Durk. I imagine a friend or family member has access to account and they're the ones that's posting for him. So this is all like mind blowing to me. This is all crazy. Seeing Lil Durk, one of the most popular rappers in the country, hugely successful and accomplished as an artist, and he's a multi-millionaire, getting arrested for his involvement in a murder for hire conspiracy that could put him in jail for the rest of his life. And you know, you can't fall a victim to the internet narratives, all the slide for Vine, why you ain't slid for Vine yet, and this, that, and the other. Because they'll clown you about that. And then when this happens, when you and your guys get arrested for actually sliding for Vine, they make fun of you. You can't win, bruh. So at the end of the day, Lil Durk, man, I'm highly disappointed because you made it out, bruh. You was making legit money, multi-millionaire on top of the world from rap, and you didn't embrace that, and you fell victim to the streets, and you're allegedly involved in this whole conspiracy to where you might be behind bars for the rest of your life. I think it's all crazy, but let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Show Beezy. I'm out.